because I don't think it's helpful in the transatlantic relationship, and I don't think it's helpful in trying to craft some kind of interaction with China that's win-win. I think we want to be in a position where both Washington and Brussels are looking to coordinate their approach to China.
So Frank Levin saying to the US and Europe, take your foot off the pedal. Is that kind of the right approach here, Dan?
Yeah, we've seen Jake Sullivan, who's Biden's incoming national security advisor, gave a tweet along those lines as well, that, implying that the U.S. is ready to talk to Europe. They want to have a coordinated approach. This is a shift from what Trump did with America First, where he went after Europe, he went after China, and basically every ally, and saw everything, in black or white terms with each individual country. What Biden wants to do is get the allies together, and Europe's a big part of that. So, they see Europe cutting an investment deal, with China just weeks before Biden comes in. That would automatically kind of hamper any sort of coordinated approach that they could take against China. So they're thinking from a bigger strategic point. They want Europe to slow down. Europe, on the other hand, doesn't see its future tied so much to the U.S. after Trump. They're not so sure how much they could trust the U.S. Strategically. So they want to look out for themselves and craft more of a multipolar world. So, that is the sentiment coming from Europe. There could be some last-minute hang-ups to this, but all the signs are looking like it will get done in the next couple of days.
Asia Government Managing Editor Dan Tenkate. Well, coming up on the show, the continuing search for a new chief at Hong Kong exchanges. It's yet to pick Charles Lee's successor as he steps down after a decade. We're going to have the latest next. This is Bloomberg. Quick check of the latest business flash headlines. The top Chinese lithium miner has won a reprieve as lenders delay a loan repayment. Tianqi had said it was planning to sell a stake in the world's biggest lithium mine. It's now signed a deal to defer a $1.9 billion payment to January 8th, with a further extension to next November, awaiting shareholder approval. Tianqi won a 1-month delay in November and has met some missed payments. Well, Weibo slumped the most in 13 months on weak third quarter revenue and fears that China's increasing scrutiny of tech companies will spread beyond Alibaba and Ant. The stock fell below its 50 and 100-day moving averages as revenue from small and medium-sized enterprises declined 15% to $166 million. Daily and monthly active users also fell, mainly due to a slowdown in new show releases. Tesla is expected to launch in India early next year, first with car sales before considering manufacturing and assembly operations. The Indian Express paper cites Road Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari. In October, Elon Musk was asked if he had any update for India, and he tweeted, "Next year for sure." The Economic Times has reported that Tesla has held exploratory talks over a research centre in southern India. The Warburg Pincus-backed Chinese online tutoring platform Zhangman is said to be considering a share sale in the US that could raise about $300 million. We've been told that initial talks have been held with advisors and an IPO could come next year. Zhangman was founded in 2005 and moved from in-class lessons to online one-to-one tutoring 9 years later. The firm has more than 60 million registered students. The best performing listing of the year could face extra volatility after lockup restrictions expire. Insura Lemonade fell the most since September 4th, posting the worst move in the Russell Mid-Cap Index. The stock is still more than 350% above its July IPO price, the best of any 2020 debut above $300 million. But about 44 million insider-held shares will be eligible for sale on Tuesday.
President Trump's campaign to cut North Korea off from the world may have had some success, but it also looks to have accelerated Kim Jong-un's efforts to build a military less reliant on foreign support. Let's get over to East Asian government editor John Herskovits on the line from Tokyo. John, how have international sanctions against North Korea really impacted its nuclear program, and what do we actually really know about that program?
Well, while the sanctions have really taken a toll on the economy, Kim Jong-un has still plowed ahead with the nuclear program, and he's expanded it, has made it bigger since Trump has been in office. North Korea is able to produce everything in its program. It has deposits of natural uranium, it can mine them, process them, and produce highly enriched uranium for weapons. And under Kim Jong-un, North Korea can produce what experts say is about enough fissile material for 6 bombs a year. This is 6 times more than what was produced under his father and former ruler Kim Jong-il. So he's really expanded it, and it's gotten much bigger since Trump has taken office.
And what have been some of the biggest changes that have happened to North Korea's military under Kim Jong-un?
Well, the domestic production has really taken off under him, and it goes from rifles for the military to anti-aircraft to chemical weapons gear. Some of the biggest changes have been in the missile production. Kim Jong-un has modernized North Korea's missile fleet, which was reliant and based on a lot of the Soviet Scuds, and he has rolled out solid fuel ballistic missiles, which are easier to hide, to set up, and to fire much more quickly than the liquid fuel models. He has tested short-range missiles, which can carry a nuclear device to all of South Korea, and also developed a multi-stage weapon that can hit Japan. And this was he's put these on display, and the most recent was a military parade in October, which he showed off all of his new weaponry, and almost all of it was domestically produced.
All right, East Asia government editor John Herskovits with us in Tokyo. It is time for morning calls, and we're focusing on currencies today, and a call that the yen will remain in a tight range over the short term. This from Sumitomo Mitsui. They're saying that the US dollar to the yen is seen in narrow ranges around mid-103 with no momentum to push the pair towards 102. They're saying year-end related flows will be the main drivers here. Let's also look at a call on the Thai baht. The strength here likely to continue at least in the short to medium term. This from the Bank of Ayodhya. They're saying that strength really comes from structural issues, the high current account surplus and low investment, and that the planned steps by the central bank on gold with sales in foreign currencies could help curb volatility only in the long term, and the Thai baht is gaining today. Rish.
Yeah, but just have a look at China as we head into the lunch break in Shenzhen and Shanghai. Just taking a look at what's going on with the markets there. Certainly at the moment seeing a bit of a move to the downside, not really joining in with the euphoria that we're seeing elsewhere, with the Nikkei, for one thing, up to levels not seen since 1991. We had, of course, the Dow, Nasdaq and S&P 500 all hitting record highs, and certainly this is something which we have been seeing. We've seen tech shares under pressure of late because of this antitrust scrutiny on Alibaba, but a bit of a relief rally in Hong Kong as far as tech goes. Not so much the case there in China. This is Shanghai, and this is Bloomberg. Celsius there in Mumbai, the time coming